It was really good. Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
thank you. And yeah, so this is why it's so important to connect with Teia, because it is the frequency that is holding the space for Cetus, because it's a very a plasmic platinum whitish frequency.
I've been feeling so much of that lately. It has. I've been feeling Cetus coming back in lately, and I'm just wondering, has Thea been known as other names like the grandmother, creatrix, or Tiamat? Is that related to that? Tiamat?
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Tiamat.
yeah.
Tiamat, and even though there are like many ways to relate it to like low frequency and high frequency,
Hmm.
when we put this together is the dragon energy, but not the dragon energy related, for instance, to Draco as what it's known into other kind of dragons. This is the primordial energy of the
Mm-hmm.
dragons that are the guardian keepers of Pangea, which is the original imprint of the earth or Gaia, or because that's the point of communion before the 12 nodes came to separate into an experience of a separated consciousness. So in order to unify, it's very important to tune into that Pangean frequency because it's related to the seventh root race.
Mm.
And that is vital to then to bring in the codes of Theia and also to of Cetus. But it's very important to acknowledge that Cetus is and it's not. It's not in this present moment, yet it
Hmm.
is in the original moment from where we are projecting from in order to restore our original blue.
Uh-huh. I feel like it is coming back to the ecliptic. Do you feel? I think it is.
Well,
Or
everything is about cycles, and in order for the magnetic poles to do the torsion, then the energy of Cetus is definitely coming in stronger
yeah.
and stronger. The thing is that somehow it's unperceivable. Somehow
Hmm.
it's because that's the role of Cetus, because it's
Hmm.
space molding the matter. So the
Hmm.
space rarely does, hey, I'm here and I'm influencing you. Like
Hmm.
the most pristine forms of space that molds the matter
Hmm.
is this subtle energy that is just, doing this, doing this. And
Hmm.
only very specific beings are to connect with this and then manifest the role to this, because it's not only bringing in the information, it's about connecting as pillars and holding the space in a very subtle form,
Hmm.
um, in order to weave a very specific field that it's coming. Let's say a very specific matrix that is meant to be weaved right now in order to hold the space for all these um, all these shifts to happen. So it's a very specific process, and yeah, it's like just by full
Hmm.
presence and emanating, like
Hmm.
doing without doing,
Yeah, it's
just
kind of like
bringing
the
in the
mother's
codes.
way. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, the primordial way, like being in touch with our bodies and how we feel, what organic feels like.
exactly,
Yeah. Verifying through our own senses. And
exactly.
another thing I find really interesting is that, how Cetus is coming back into the ecliptic, so to speak. And another astrologer told me that Scorpio is actually on its way out, and that would mean that Orion would come, or something would, because Scorpio, I think, is connected to Orion in a way. Is it? Like the metagalactic core and Ophiuchus, I know also.
Well,
But yeah. Curious about that.
Scorpio and Ophiuchus are very linked, and
Mhm.
actually there is a very thin cord in between Scorpio and Omega Orionis, which is the
Mhm.
heart of Orion, you
You're
know?
right, right. Yes. Yeah.
So
Chord. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
yeah, but uh yeah, like all this information, the thing is that when we are like before going to Dendera in the trip, we will be
Hmm.
talking about and going through all of this because we will be actually doing each one performing one constellation and doing some movements
Hmm.
in order to open up very important things and then bring that energy and that anchoring to Dendera
Mm.
um, all the way to the core because yeah uh yeah, like it's going to be it already is a beautiful trip and so many things and so many layers to it, so many
Hmm.
layers, like innerly, like what do you need to receive and what skills are you igniting as a unicity to unfold and rise the Aten, bring all this upgrade and then plant it into the grid because
Hmm.
the Aten relates to the plasmic body into its full potential, and therefore accessing to all the specific parts of the body that hold the space for that plasma to continuously upgrade all the glands and the stem cells and then enable because all these solar flares are happening, but it's whether if you just receive it onto some extent or you fully receive it, like
Hmm.
that,
Right.
like when that happened at Akhenaten's time, and that's why there was such a huge deface in between communities because they were upgrading themselves, whereas the others, would
Mhm.
just keep on densifying themselves, and instead of using that plasma on their behalf, they were using it to unconsciously to degrade their matter. So yeah, it was
Mhm.
more than matter. It was inherently degrading because they
Mhm.
were not able to ignite their anymore the gene of youth, to say it somehow, which is
Right.
the one that goes beyond the frequency of let's say, what the resonance human does in the physical body. But anyway, so yeah, it's like very important what we will be doing, and actually we will be having also another um another Zoom call